Hello students, today we start the first paper of semester 6, that is plant diversity third. In this paper there are four units. First unit of that paper is the bryophyta. So in the unit first bryophyta there are three different genus in your syllabus, and in your syllabus, there is the study of life cycle of marchantia, life cycle of velia, and life cycle of sphagnum. So these three genus are covered in unit first, that is bryophyte. So I have already discussed the syllabus of paper first. So today we start the unit first bryophyte. In that, the first genus is the marchantia. So question is explain the external morphology of marchantia plant body or describe the external features of marchantia gametophyte. So first of all we discuss about the marchantia. So marchantia is a bryophyte and amphibious plants. As you know, they all bryophytes are the amphibians. That means for completion of its life cycle they require the soil as well as the water. So it is amphibious plants. Mostly these bryophytes are grows in shady and moist places. जहाँ पे मॉइस्चर कंटेंट ज़्यादा रहता है, शेडी प्लेसेस रहते हैं, वहाँ पे मार्केंशिया ग्रो होता है. Then it shows the distinct alternation of generation. That means in marchantia there are two phases. One is the gametophytic generation and second one is the sporophytic generation. So this plant shows distinct gametophytic as well as sporophytic generation. In that bryophytes, the dominant phase is the gametophytic generation, and it produces by the haploids and sexually. The sporophytic generation is the recessive and it is diploid stage and it produces asexual. So it shows two different distinct generations, that is gametophytic as well as sporophytic generation. Dominant stage is gametophytic generation is the dominant and sporophytic generation is the recessive. Then what are the external structures of marchantia? So this is the structure of marchantia. This shows the lobe structure. In that, at the center there is the midrib region, and at the apex there is the apical notch are present. On the dorsal views, these on the gametophytic body of the marchantia shows the gamma cup and the rhizoids. So these are the main characters of the marchantia. So let's discuss about the thallus structures of the marchantia. So this structure is the prostate structure. And these marchantia are the dorsiventral. That means there are two surfaces, dorsal as well as ventral surface. At the dorsal side there is green in color, and ventral side it is light green color. This body thallus structure shows the dichotomous branches. As you seen in this figure, at the tip the branch will be divided and they form the dichotomously branches. Also at the end of each dichotomous branching there is the apical notch is present, and at the center each apical notch the meristematic growing point is present. So this is the another features of the marchantia. There is the on this apical notch present. So through this apical notch, the new plants will be formed. On the dorsal sides of the thallus, there is the presence of midrib, areolae, and gemaca. So midribs are present mostly. They are the predominant roots at center of each thallus as a midrib. And areolae, that means the uh, air openings which are present on the hexagonal shapes, that are the areolae. जो थैलस स्ट्रक्चर है उसके ऊपर जो हेक्सागोनल एयर पोर्स प्रेजेंट रहते और एयर ओपनिंग्स प्रेजेंट रहते, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द areolae. And the next main character, that is the gamma cup. So gamma cup, they are present certain intervals in the midrib as well as on the laminal portion of the laminar portions of thallus, and they are contains the gamma cup that will be help for the asexual reproduction. So gamma cup-like structures are present on the dorsal side after some intervals, and they will be helpful for the asexual reproduction. Then next is about the ventral surface. So ventral surface, and there is the some appendiculate scales and simple scales. In the appendiculate scale, there is some appendages and neck region is present, and in simple scales there is the ligulate scales are present. Also on the ventral sides the rhizoids are present. So in these rhizoids, the two types of rhizoids are present. One is the smooth-walled rhizoids and tuberculated rhizoids. So tuberculated rhizoids are the elongated unicellular, and the wall is having pig-like structure. So in the tuberculated structure, you have to see in the picture, these some foldings are or peg-like infoldings are observed in the tuberculated rhizoid. So function of the scales are the protections and moisture holding and anchorage of the thallus. So they will be ultimately protect the thallus and providing the moisture to the thallus. And the rhizoids, or the functions of the rhizoids, it will be helpful in absorptions and anchorage. So these two main or organs of the plant, that is scales and the rhizoids, are present on the ventral surface of the thallus. Then the next point is the heterothallic gametophyte. Heterothallic, that means the marchantia shows the unisexual gametophyte. Unisexual, that means the both sexes are separately present or separate, and both sexes are on different thallus. That means male sex on one thallus and female sex on different thallus. So male gametophyte, it is an anthirdiophore, so which produces antheridia and then anthrozoids as a male gamete, that is the male gametophyte. And the female gametophyte is nothing but it has the archegoniophore. So this produces archegonia and the egg cells. So this is male and female sex organs are present on the different thallus. The male's gametophyte produces the anthridiophore and female is on archegoniophore. जो मेल और एंथ्रिडियोफोर है वहाँ पे दे प्रोड्यूसेस एंथ्रिडिया, and then spermatozoids or anthrazoids. And in female gametophyte, it produces archegonia and they produces the egg cell. So then the sporophyte is produced. Female gametophytes bear sporophyte after the fertilization. Then after the development of male and female gametophyte, the fertilization is occur, and after fertilization the sporophyte is developed. So the sporophyte is developed on the female gametophyte after the fertilization. So this is the uh, female gametophytic structure. On that you have to see the young archegoniophore. So this is the external structure of the marchantia thallus. I hope all of you are understood about the structure of the marchantia. For I have also one video, so in after sometimes I send you this video on base of this marchantia. So for today's lecture, it is only about the external structure of marchantia. I hope all of you are got about this.